Okay, before you go into the math of proportions, we're going to be learning how to set up a proportion. It's very important that you know how to pull words out of a word problem. So you should have received either a full sheet or a half a sheet of paper from your teacher. The sheet of paper is going to be folded in half to where it's long. Now you also should have received the word problems from your teacher as well. So you're going to be gluing these three, it's the same word problem 3 times, into the top inside of your folded sheet. If you didn't, then you're going to be writing it in when we get to that slide. So setting up a proportion. This is the front of your foldable, so the very, very, very front part. It's going to be separated into 3 sides. So if you do the trifold, you can get nice even sections on the front of your foldable. The words are going to be the 2 things that you are comparing. So one is going to go on top and the other one's going to go on bottom. Then you're going to find the ratio that associates with those words. So if this was apples and this was oranges, you're looking for the number of apples and the number of oranges. That's just an example. And that will go in this fraction here. Then you're going to use the information that you're solving for. So that means you're either looking for the apples or you're looking for the oranges. You're looking for one of the words. And that will go on the last line. So the inside of the foldable, again, if you didn't get the word problems from your teacher, you're going to need to write them in to the 3 top sections. A certain shade of paint is made by mixing 3 quarts of blue paint with 2 quarts of white paint. To get the correct shade, how many quarts of white paint should be mixed with 9 quarts of blue paint? So immediately whenever I read this, in my head I think, oh, we're comparing 2 things. It wants to know blue paint or it wants to know white paint and it gives me blue paint. So this must be a proportion. So we always start with the words, 2 things being compared. We're going to be comparing the blue paint to the white paint. So you can put blue paint over white paint or white paint over blue paint, but it has to be consistent all the way through. So here we're going to find the ratio that they give you in the problem. They give you 3 quarts of blue paint and 2 quarts of white paint. So that's going to be our ratio. Now if I had put white paint on top, then my 3 would not be on top. The 2 would. So since it said 3 quarts of blue paint, and on this side I put blue paint on top, then I put the 3 on top here. Fill in the last ratio with the remaining information. So you're always going to be looking for something whenever you have to set up a proportion. There's something missing. So here it's the quarts of white paint that are missing. So white paint is on bottom. So there's going to be a variable on the bottom. That variable is going to be X. And then it gives you blue paint. So 9. You can use any variable, by the way. You do not have to use X. You could use W for white paint. But just know that one place will be the variable, and that's where the words come in. That is the #1 mistake with solving proportions, is putting things in the wrong place. If you write down the words to begin with and make sure that you're consistent all the way through, you'll be okay.